Hey guys, so I wanted to do a video on, since there was some people that had contacted me um, through something I said in my previous video about a consult, and they asked me what that was. So I thought a video on this because it's great for people who are starting to work on people, whether it's you're trying to figure out if it's something that you want to do and go into makeup and be a makeup artist, or just in general to better your skills. So, a consultation, it is something you should do at the beginning when you're just starting on people to practice and treat them like you treat anyone, like a client. And this is going to help both you and them. It's going to help them feel more comfortable, and it's going to help you feel more comfortable in communicating with people when they come to you and say, "Hey, I would like you to do my makeup." And this is where a consultation comes in. So, a consultation is to determine what kind of makeup the client is expecting for whatever occasion. It could be a bridal, it could be special effects, it could be body painting. So you would want to ask them several questions. And also, when you're doing a consult, it's also something to consider is it something that you in particularly want to be a part of? Is it something you'd like to attach your name to? Is it something that, whether it be a film or whether, again, it be some makeup? I've had some weird requests that I wasn't comfortable doing because I don't know what they're doing with it, and I don't want my name attached to certain things like that. Um, so it's a good way of determining, okay, what do they want? And is it something I want to be involved in? Even if it's just a basic makeup. So there are several things to consider when you are doing a consultation with somebody. And you want to ask several questions. But the first thing is the number one thing that should always come out of anyone's mouth, whether it's special effects or beauty or body painting, is safety concerns. So you want to ask the person, is there any, and I think this is an obvious question, but apparently to a lot of people it's not. So I always start out with, is there anybody, if you determine what they want, do you have any allergies or skin sensitivities? Always ask if someone's allergic to something. Even if it's not something that you are putting directly on them. For me, I'm unfortunately allergic to peppermint. So even if I walk into a room and someone's burning peppermint incense or, is wearing something that I'm allergic to, that can affect the person that you're with. So consider that even if it's not something that you will be putting on them, make sure it's just not within the realm of what you're going to be working with. So that's the number one thing, is find out sensitivities and allergies. And then move on to, the logistics of a job. You want to ask them what they do want, what their expectations are of, what style of makeup do they want? I've had someone who contacted me recently says, I want monster makeup. Well, monster makeup is pretty vague. I mean, you could have everything to, basic, living dead zombies to full on, full done up prosthetics, hair, everything, werewolf makeup. So, and even in bridal, is it something basic? Because not all brides want glitter and red lips, right? So find out, get more information and details, pictures. Ask them to send you pictures of things that they've looked at. Hopefully, they've looked at certain things, but you want to understand what their expectations are before you even kind of go, okay, I'll do it. So get details, get pictures, and then continue on and say, hey, okay, this is something I'd like to be. And then you want to continue on with, you know, the rest of the logistics of the job is, are you going to them? Is it in town? Do you have to travel? Um, so are you going to them? Are they coming to you? How many people? Is it just one person? Or are you doing a whole bridal party? So those things you really need to ask and get a lot of detail on what's going to happen. Location, where is it? Is it going to be in a desert? If so, you better bring the right products for it being, really hot and humid and lasting under those conditions. Are they going to be strictly be inside? Is the weather there normally unpredictable? I know where I'm at in the fall time, that's our biggest time for rain. So you better have makeup that will last throughout, and it will happen at last minute. It will be really nice and beautiful and sunny, and there's beautiful clouds, the birds are chirping, and then it looks like hell is breaking loose from the sky. So you want to get all that information so you prepare your kit for what you're going to be going on. Also, how long are you going to be there? Are you doing one person's makeup and they're like, good, we're got you, and give them a touch-up kit and peace out, you're gone? Or is it, all right, you're going to come do my makeup, possibly my bridal, party, and then, we want you for the remainder of the pictures that we're doing, and then you can go. So many hours, get how many hours you're going to be there. So that's also something you want to consider when you're talking to the client is figure all these things out. And this is how you prepare. Are you going to have to travel? Do you have extra added expenses for traveling, tolls and stuff like that? So don't overlook these things. These are things that, you really should go over with the client before you say, okay, so do that. And you never ever, when you're doing a consult, consider also if you have previous appointments with other people, other jobs, you need to take that into consideration also when you're making a consultation with someone and say, okay, well, I have this time, this time, and is this going to be enough time? Don't ever be late, okay? Sometimes you can't avoid it. Sometimes there's accidents and stuff like that, but you don't want to be late to another appointment, and you don't want to be just exhausted and have no time to set up or grab a drink. Do you need lunch? These things you really do have to think about before you sit there and go, okay, yeah, we'll do this and that time and that, and then go, oh, I just double booked myself. So consider those things. Again, what style of makeup? Are you going to have to get new things? Do they want, sometimes with brides, they want a particular cosmetic. Are you going to get that for them? So these are things, again, that you want to discuss in the consult. And hopefully, after you've talked over the phone and you both have agreed, hey, we want to work together, then hopefully you'd meet and do, a trial, okay? And this doesn't happen too much in a lot of the special effects makeup that it did, or sometimes if it's for a body painting job, it's about 50-50. But things to do that are very, very helpful, and I'll have a whole other video on this because that kind of is takes a little time, and I don't want this video to be too very long, is when you're talking to someone and you've talked to them on the phone, you said, okay, and you're meeting with them, it's good to have face charts. What are face charts? Face charts, did I bring a, yeah, look like this. They look like all different types, but this is a face chart. And these are very, very helpful for all aspects of makeup. you have on here a face that you would apply makeup to, regular products of makeup. And so if you put down an eyeshadow and you have 4 clients that day, are you going to remember what eyeshadow you promised this person? So this has all that information. And it's good to have someone to have a visual. So you can make a pre-one that stuff that you had considered from the consult to say, hey, this is what I think. You have all the products on the side here. It has complexion, your moisturizers, primers, foundations, concealers, and moving on to highlighters and contours and blushes, anything miscellaneous. Brows, what color, you could, this is where you write all of your information. So you have it all. And so that's a blank one. And again, these are just so helpful. I'll just show a couple here that I've already filled out. So you see there's a lot of different looks there, but you'll have all the information at your fingertips. Like this one, it says what primer I used, what moisturizer, what brand of, blood that I used on this client. They wanted a particular color blood, and it had to be dried blood. So all of these come in very, very handy, not just for you, but also for the client. So consider bringing face charts and a blank one so that when you work on the person, and as you're working, you don't have to draw the makeup. You can even take a picture of what you did. But as long as you've written down the actual products on the side, you can go back after you've met with them, at the end of the day and do your actual face if you want to. So I'd consider face charts are very, very helpful. And when you're on set, I've used these a lot when on films. When you have, 10, 30 people to do a day, it's gonna be a high stress area. You're gonna have one person come in, oh, this person's died, oh, this person's moved to that time because this person couldn't make it, and this and their flight was canceled, and they won't be here until. So you're gonna have to rearrange things. So it's very helpful to have all that information with the client, and often I'll have the face chart and a picture of them with the makeup already done so that I have that reference as well. And if anything happens to me, another makeup artist can, in the film, whatever help. That's a whole other situation. So face charts are very helpful in the situation. So another thing to ask the clients, have you had this makeup done before? Not everyone puts on 5 pounds makeup every day. There are some people who don't wear makeup at all. There's some people who's never had special effects makeup done. And let me tell you, someone who only puts on beauty makeup, very minimal, and then has to have special effects makeup done, it's a jolt to a lot of people. It's ooey, it's gooey, it's weird. You don't come up looking gorgeous at the end, right? So, get a feel for your client. Are they going to be uncomfortable? There's some people that I've had to work on that are very uncomfortable getting special effects makeup done. So, communicate with them and say, hey, how much makeup do you normally wear on the daily? And have you ever had special effects makeup done? Have you ever had prosthetics on? And talk them through it. If you are talking with a client and they've never had special effects makeup and you're working on them, talk them through it. Just say, hey, I'm putting adhesive on. It's gonna feel a little tacky. It might feel a little tight at first. And again, even if you've done a patch test on them, you ask them allergies, say, hey, if at any point you feel itchy or a rash comes on or anything like that, please tell me to stop. If you feel funny, let me know. So always communicate that with a client as well. So we went over, asked them what kind of look it is. It could be an edgy look, it could be a high fashion shoot. Are you going to be working with other people as well? certain situations, whether you're at a photo shoot, whether you're in film, you're probably going to be working with other makeup artists. There may be, I've done bridal parties where the bride will hire a particular makeup artist she wants, and the rest of the girls will. So, not in particularly that you're going to have to be working on their client, but you might be working alongside other makeup artists. So, those are all great things to know. And a good makeup artist won't ever just do one makeup for all situations. That's kind of what an amateur does. And until you kind of get out of that arena of, you know, doing Instagram makeup or just this, you know, doing makeup on all different types of people helps so much because there are going to be situations. The trend, well, not trend, I guess, well, it's more popular now than it ever has been that people are getting married a lot later in life, not in their 30s, not in just in, So, I've worked on women who were 70-year-old and getting married. So, always try and know how to do makeup on all types of people, all ages, all skin, and even kids. That's really hard. They don't have the attention span. So ask if there's going to be little kids that you're going to be working on. It's always good to know all of these things. And when you do this and you continuously do the consults, even with friends and family that are, say, hey, I'll let you work on me. Okay, cool. And take that opportunity to be like, I really kind of want to get better at this. And could you, tell me what and go into a consult and say, could you kind of treat it this way, just not as, oh, we're just friends and that's it. Can you let me do this? And so you communicate and really do that. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be doing it, and it'll be second nature. So that is, in a nutshell, a consultation and why you do them. And I think this isn't just an advanced thing. This is something that everyone that wants to go into the field should know. You're going to have to learn how to communicate with not just the client. You may be in a photo shoot situation where you have to, either network or talk to other people and learn how to correspond with certain people. So you may get a, text from the photographer saying, location shoot has changed. You need to meet me here, and you can only park at this parking lot and stuff like that. So it's a really good thing to know to do, and not just as an advance. Do it as you're just starting out with everyone that you're working on. It may be a little bit harder as a kid. If you're working on a kid, then you're gonna have to explain to that kid a little bit more. You might have to have things to entertain them. Whether it's having a sticker up in the corner of your little kid, or, I'm sure parents will bring like an iPod or pad or whatever kids play with. I don't know. I don't have kids. But it's having certain little things, there's going to be little kids that you're going to be working on. But it's always good to be doing this. It's always good to learn the professional side of things. And I think it's the one thing that people really don't talk about that much. And then someone oh yeah, I'll do your makeup, okay, blah, blah, and then, treat it as this is just my friend or a family member. And they're like, oh crap, well, okay, now what do I bring? Like, I don't understand. Like, you get in that little stuck situation. So this helps you with all of that, and you're not frustrated, and you're not, at a loss of what do I bring? What type of makeup am I doing? Am I just going to have someone say, I've had several situations where I said, I don't know what kind of makeup I want done. Then that comes with your expertise where you say, okay, can you send me a picture of you and some types of makeup that you do like? And then you go from, okay, well, they have the skin tone, and these are the things that would look good on them, and they're not used to wearing a whole lot of makeup, so let's not go for a full-on smoky eye, dark lip, completely contoured with blush and the whole lash, and the whole 9 yards. You can still make someone look, their most beautiful with a simple makeup. And the same thing goes with special effects. You can have a very simple special effects makeup and have it be very effective. You know, not everyone wants a full face of prosthetics, and nor are they going to be used to that. It's to a lot of people a foreign, foreign feeling. So know how and what looks good on people. So that's always something that you should be working on as well. Because you may have a client that says, I don't know what I want. I just want to look good. They may say, I don't like the Instagram brow. I don't like, the current look, which is a lot of the social medias take over now, unfortunately, for a lot of the new trends. So if they say, well, I don't like that, what are you going to do? You do have to have these things in mind and not just pick one makeup look that you do on everybody. Everyone has a different face. Everyone has a different outlook that, again, not everyone wears makeup. So, and they may just feel the pressure as, whether it's a bride or whether it's someone for a horror film, feeling, well, I'm doing a horror film and everything's got to be, monster or blood. So it's always good to know several different things before you're working on people, so okay, if they do come to you and say, I'm really not comfortable with the current trends right now in makeup, what can you do for me? So, okay, so I hope that has been helpful for some of you out there that are just starting out, and I know for me, I didn't have anyone going through any of this with me, so I would have wanted that if I was starting out. It would have been very helpful to me anyway. So if you guys do have any requests, and I know some people don't feel comfortable leaving comments, and that's perfectly fine, you can definitely either leave a comment or on my page, message me there, and I will definitely I keep a list of anyone that makes a comment, suggestions for videos. I do put on a list, and I will eventually get to it. So, all right, well, take care. I hope you all are doing well wherever you are in the world, and go and play with some makeup and have fun with it, because that's what it's about. Whether it's beauty makeup, whether it's special effects makeup, it's meant to be fun. And this is the best time is when you're starting out, and then you can explore all these different things inside of makeup and really be creative. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.